Got it.
Sorry, my dog is going crazy in the back. Hey guys, welcome to week 2 of our collective mentorship call. We are super excited. I apologize, I wasn't here last week, but I was at a retreat and I came back and I'm fired up. So if everyone wants to turn on their screens, if you're able to, we'd love to see your smiling faces. If not, we understand. It's kind of a crazy time if people are driving or...
I'm gonna make dinner, guys, so don't feel bad if you're not like perfectly attentive.
Totally.
But it's better than just staring at our
Okay. Abby, you want to tell them what we're going to cover tonight?
Yeah, so there's going to be time at the end for questions, and please ask them, because honestly, there's no dumb questions, and someone else probably has the same ones, or even if they're listening to the recording later, they will. So definitely save up questions on anything to ask. But tonight we're going to really focus on talking about inviting. I know that's the big, hairy, scary one, but specifically not just challenge groups, but also to coaching. And the reason for that, and I'm just going to speak for myself, but I have a hunch that Jess and Melissa will be the same. I waited a long time to invite to coaching because I didn't feel like I had success and I knew how to train and all these kind of self-limiting beliefs. But if you want to build this business, this is, first of all, the best way to do it. And honestly, it's the most fun. But the third thing that I think sometimes we hold ourselves back from, and this is going to be hopefully a gut check for you guys, even if you're thinking about inviting to challenge groups, is this is really the total solution, right? Because I can help someone with their nutrition and I can help someone with their fitness, and I am able to do that, and it's such a blessing and it's the best thing ever. But when we can take it that next step further and bring them into community, bring them into a team, help them change their financial future, like that is such an incredible game changer for so many people. And I hope that even as a newer coach or a coach on our teams, like you're starting to experience how much you up level your own results even when you become a coach. I was not consistent with my nutrition until I became a coach, right? I was not consistent in my personal development and like outside of just my devotions, like feeding my mind and growing and learning until I became a coach. And so it's not just the financial side, although that's a massive piece of it, but really it's offering someone such a complete opportunity to truly change their life in every single way. How could we hold back on that? So we want you to learn, at least from my mistakes of not inviting to this earlier, and help you guys even just with your challenge group invites and stuff like that. So hopefully you're maybe a little nervous, but hopefully you're also excited and you trust us, because we're here to mentor you and teach you the best ways that we know how. And you have a collective like 17 plus years of experience combined with all of us here. So that's pretty cool.
I will share a couple of thoughts on this too, real quick. I think this is probably will be the best style, just kind of roundtable on this topic. And we want to hear from you guys. I'll say this over and over. We want this mentorship to be specified to what you guys need, what you're struggling with, what your questions are. So please speak up and utilize this time. I will say, same as Abby, my personality, I'm very driven, and like I wanted to get to Diamond. I didn't even ever ask anyone if they wanted the customer or coach account, because it made sense to me that you get it cheaper with a coach account. So I sent up a ton of discount coaches. In the beginning, I never even talked about the business. I didn't understand it. My background is I'm a integrative registered nurse and holistic health coach. So fit, nutrition, all that stuff's my jam. I understand it. And I knew I was serving people in that way. I didn't understand the business. And I felt like, who am I? I'm brand new at this. I don't really have any success. Who am I to invite people to the business side? And I think it's super common that most coaches let that mindset prevent them from ever inviting to the business side of things. And then for me, it was 100% mindset. I think for a lot of people it is. I saw the nutrition and the fitness as being the biggest tool to help people. And it's a huge tool and it can change so many people's lives. But until I really understood that, just like Abby was saying, coaching is where the life-changing things happen. Coaching is where the accountability happens. Coaching is where the community happens. But it's also like my kids will forever have a different life because of coaching, not because of the nutrition and the fitness, because of the business side. And I will say probably 99% of people do not understand this business. They do not know what it means to be a coach. They have no idea about our compensation plan in the beginning. So if you feel insecure about that, that is not a unique thing to you. That is everyone across the board. And you don't need to know all the things. I would say, and I realized this probably 2 years in, you're only a new coach one time. And then you start getting in your head because then you start learning a bunch of things. So if you're a newer coach, take advantage of that and be a new coach and say, I don't know all the things, but this is my coach's success, or this is what I've seen, these girls on my team achieve. These are my goals and my vision and kind of what I'm thinking this could be for me. Let's learn how to do this together. And it takes away that, like, oh my gosh, I feel like I have to teach them all the things. You don't. That's why you're here. You're here because you have awesome uplines who really care about your success. Utilize that and lean into that. And then just tell your people, hey, let's do this together. Let's learn together. Check out, it's the same with inviting to fitness. Check out this person's results. Let's do this together, even if you've never done a program before. And if I could do it all over again, 100%. I would do that from the beginning and say, let's learn this together. It's much less intimidating that way. And once you're in this for a year or two, for some people, they get in their head, I'm not where I thought I would be. And so now I can't invite to coaching. And it's never the truth. So we want you to be successful in your business, the opportunity, the life changes in the business. So that's why. And Melissa, do you want to talk a little bit about, like, how do you do that as a new coach? Like, how do you invite to coaching? You just signed up as a new coach. Maybe you're not even Emerald yet. How do you do that? How do you go about doing that?
Yeah. So I actually fell in love with the business. Within like a week, I was like, oh, this is awesome. Like, this connection, you can climb these ladders. I'm an Enneagram 3, and I didn't even know what Enneagram was back then, but I just knew that I wanted to succeed in life. And so I just started having conversations. And I think sometimes we get so caught up in our own heads. We're like, I don't know what to say. How would I say that? And like, I want you to take a deep breath, because honestly, if you can have a conversation with us, or your spouse or your neighbor or the checker at the check stand, you can have a conversation about this. The best thing about it, guys, is that you're getting your own results. And when you get those results, it gives you the confidence to speak about that. So I don't want you to overcomplicate it, because it truly is just sharing your own journey. That is one of our vital behaviors, is being proof that the products work. And I can remember back to when I was a brand new coach, I wanted to tell everyone about this. I actually am going to pick on my coach, Jamie, because I see so much of her in myself, where anyone who has ears is going to hear from me. Like, this girl signed up like 15 people in the last 30 days, and she's not doing anything crazy. She's literally just having conversations, and she's listening to their pain points. And she's like, this is what you need. She signed so many people up with the ultimate or the 21-day reset, because she just did it herself. And so what I would encourage you guys do is make it very simple. If you haven't yet completed a program, maybe you're just getting started, or you need to jump back in because you've been doing this a while and you feel like you haven't had the success that you desire, start with the 21-day fix. I feel like that is the foundational program that gets people results, and you can talk about it every single week, right? And so what my first conversations would be is, I'm going to go talk to my mom or my sister or my brother or my best friend, or the girl who sits next to me at work, or the girl that I'm always in line with at, daycare pickup, and be like, I'm doing this and I'm looking for accountability partners, simply because I need someone to do this with me. And right now I have this amazing opportunity, especially for those of you guys who are brand new, or your coaches like Jamie, who signed up 15 new people, that I have this amazing code for $40 off. This has never happened in the history of ever. And so utilize that My BFF code. And I want to highlight this, guys, because I don't think a lot of people understand. Those codes aren't traceable, which means they're basically, Jessica could go to all her coaches who signed up and say, hey, can I help you get your mom, sister, brother, best friend, neighbor, whoever signed up? And I want to help you get your first customer. If that person says, I have zero desire to do what you do, I think you're awesome, but I don't want to do that, Jess can say, can I get the code? Because I want to sign someone up, right? And we can get them signed up. That's the cool thing about it. But I guess what I want you to hear is don't make it complicated. Make a post letting people know what you're doing. And then everyone who likes or comments on that post, you're going to send them a message and just say, hey, Renee, thanks so much for commenting on my post. Or, hey, Jamie, thanks so much for liking my post. I'm actually getting ready to put together my own 21-day fix accountability group, and I'm looking for accountability partners. Doesn't that sound a whole lot less crazy than, well, I think I'm going to try this whole coaching thing and they told me that I could be emerald. And then if I earn this retreat, maybe, or if I go diamond, then I could earn this retreat. Don't overcomplicate it. Just keep it so dang simple. I promise you, you're going to have more conversations like Jamie is right now, keeping it simple and just saying, hey, I'm doing this. I'd love to do it with you. Hey, I have this group on Facebook that we keep each other accountable. It's really fun. Or, hey, Jess, I'm doing this thing and I just made $150 last week because I helped 3 people. How many people do you know that $150 could help them right now? Probably some of you guys, right? Because I know for myself, when I first got started and I was like, oh, dang, $72, like mama's going to go get her nails done. Like I was like super pumped because that wasn't anything extra out of my income, right? That's a big freaking deal. But the simpler you keep it and the more conversational, like you're a real human, you're not a robot. That's why I struggle with scripts, because if I have to give you a script, that means you feeling confident in having a conversation. That's all I do. I feel like I am in the business of making new friends. Like how freaking cool is that? Beachbody compensates me. So take that out of it and just have more conversations about what you are doing it. Okay. I don't know if that's helpful.
Love it. Yeah, just keep it so simple and don't get in your head about it. You don't have to have, like, guys, I did not understand the compensation plan fully, probably until 2 years in. And that's why you have uplines. That's why you have teams. And this is one of those businesses that as you grow, you learn what you need to know, right? Like you don't need to understand what the heck a second CBC is at this point. You don't even need to know what that means. What you need to know is here. So don't let that hold you back, right? So one of the things that I really like to do is when I'm inviting people, and they don't always say yes, but as I'm going through, once I'm pretty sure that the sale is closed and we're getting ready to sign them up and they already know the cost, like we've gone through all the details, I throw in there a line that says something like this, like, hey, Melissa, I am seriously so excited. I'm getting the link ready to send over to you. Can't wait, like all the happy emojis. I did want to just plant this little seed in your heart because for me, the total solution of really staying committed to this is the coaching piece. Don't let the word coach scare you, right? I put that in, like, don't let the word coach scare you. But if you're interested in learning how to save 25% on your products and being able to earn some money on the side, I always find that my people get better results when they have some friends doing it with them in their real life. So maybe you know a few people who want to join you. I would love to support them in the group with us, give you the commission, and if you want to, teach you how to do what I do too. It's really simple. I just throw it in there in the email or in a voice message. I don't make it sound scary. I talk about coaching so publicly in my stories. I screenshot these kind of calls. I talk about the fact that we have new coach training. So they see it, like they know I have a system. And sometimes they say, yes, I would love more info. And I send them a coaching sneak peek. Sometimes they say, not right now. My feelings aren't hurt, but I know that that seed is planted where all of a sudden they're starting to pay a little bit more attention when I talk about what I do as a coach. When I go on events, when I share about the girls on my team having success, it just kind of plants that seed for them. So then when they're going through their program, as they're getting results, and I come back again and I'm saying, girlfriend, like you're crushing this. You should do this with me. It keeps that door open. And so that's one of the ways that I like to invite from it. But it's really key as you guys are doing that your proof is your social media. Your proof is your stories. So every single day when you're doing your workout, talk about, maybe how coaching keeps you accountable. When you're sitting down to do your power hour, and I know Jess works super early in the morning. I really need to change this, but I work late at night. That's when I do my work. So I'll screenshot or do a little Instagram story that I'm sitting on the couch and working really hard and talking. I put a little caption on there like, I'm building big dreams for my family, or when I was working full time, I talk about that. So as you're doing your vital behaviors, throw coaching in there. One of the best things that I was taught was how could you theoretically, not actually, but theoretically put hashtag coach life into everything. And so think of this, like if I'm going to share a recipe post on Facebook or Instagram, right? Instead of just saying like, here's my favorite clean eating chili or whatever. I could put something like, one of my favorite parts of being a coach is finding cleaned up recipes to share with my bootcamp girls. I thought I'd be nice and share it with you all too. Check out the recipe below. That's not an invite. That's not a call to action, but it's literally just adding in that one sentence. Sorry, I'm going to head out here. My husband just got back. Of one of my favorite things about coaching. So all of a sudden it's like, oh, coaching is also this. So it kind of just, again, don't actually hashtag coach life in every post, but think, how could you share that in them as you make? I'm going to mute so I can go to the bathroom and talk to you guys.
Well, and to piggyback off what she was saying is one of the things that I always think about is how much this opportunity has changed my life. Take finances out of it, but what the community that it's connected me with, Jess, Abby, and I, we all work together collectively, but none of us are on the same team. None of us benefit financially from any of us, but we make a decision to work together. I would not know these ladies or the women on my team in the way that I do without this opportunity. So I feel like it is my responsibility to pay this opportunity forward, because I know that there's other moms who were just like me, who were dropping their kids off at daycare and the kids were crying, or having to explain to your 5-year-old why you couldn't work in their classroom, and they don't even realize that this opportunity exists. So why would I keep this to myself, right? I think this is one of the biggest blessings in my entire life. It has improved every area. And so what I'd love to see you guys do is, make a list of 5 to 10 things on how this opportunity has impacted you, even if it's not financial, because I know it's so easy to say, well, I haven't been on a trip yet, especially if you've joined in 2020, right? So many of you haven't even been on a trip yet. But what do you get from showing up into your community every single day? How has this helped you transform your mindset? What is it teaching you? Like Abby was saying about the nutrition piece, like, guys, I've been a coach for 7 years, and I just shared publicly in my accountability group, and I'm waiting for the right time to share on my wall how I've been struggling with nutrition, and that this weekend away and, seeing Autumn Calabrese and talking with Aaron Hopkins, like I had light bulb moments that I've been self-sabotaging. I'm not on this journey for perfection. I'm constantly growing. And that's the cool thing is if you don't give up and you keep talking to people, you're going to be the coach that they think about when they're ready to get started. If you give up, you're not going to be there, right? So what sets you apart? It's not hashtag Shakeology. It's this shake has helped me become regular. It's helped my husband get off blood pressure medication. It's helped a busy mama of 3 make sure she gets her nutrients in when we're rushing around like crazy, right? So really just thinking about what those are. We could give you guys examples all day, but really just dig deep and ask yourself, why am I doing this? What makes me excited to be a part of this community, and who can I invite? So assignment tonight is you're going to make a list of 5 to 10 things that Beachbody has added into your life, the coaching piece. And then secondly, I want you to make a chicken list. So this is a list of minimum of 25 people that you want to have on your quote unquote dream team. So this could be your best friend, your sister, your mom, because so many of us say, well, I'm not going to invite them because they already know what I do. If they wanted to join me, they would have already done that. I don't care. They get an invite. Okay. This could be the secretary at your kid's school that you talk to every time you call in. Right? This could be someone from, my gym, whatever it is, but making that list of the people, when you scroll Instagram, you're like, dude, I want that chick to join me. Like we could link arms and just do amazing things together. You haven't invited them, they go on your chicken list. And then you're going to invite them, right? I do a power hour at 5:30 every single morning, Monday through Friday, whether it's me or one of the leaders on my team. You guys are welcome to join that. And we spend a solid amount of time inviting, because invites build this business. It's just simple. It really does. Jess?
I was just going to say, I think it's important I'm trying to think of back to when I was a new coach and back to like, what are some of the big things that stop newer coaches from doing this, from sending the invites, any invites. And it's all in our headspace, and it's all of how you perceive it. If you think and you have a fear that you inviting to coaching is selfish of you and it's just about you and your own stuff, then it's going to stop you. It's going to stop a lot of people. It's not about you. It's actually about the person. So every time you send an invite to your challenge group or to coaching, think of it as a gift. I'm offering this person a gift, and not everybody is going to be in a place in their life where they want to receive it. That's not on you. That's not a reflection of you. That's just where they're at. And that is totally okay. So if you like, please do not get off this call without understanding how important it is to never take people not responding to you or no's personally. It is not about you. You are in a place where you are learning and you are growing and you are excited and you genuinely want this kind of success for other people. That heart is going to carry you into the top of this company if you want to, into the highest of your wherever you want to go with it. But keep your focus on them. I know Melissa and Abby will also say that that coaching specifically and invites have not only changed but saved so many people's lives. So many people chose not to end their life because of Beachbody coaching. And I know that that might sound crazy, but I'm so genuinely serious. We've heard so many stories at our events, and when I hear that, I don't know about you, but all of a sudden, any fear that I ever had about a live video or an invite or what will someone think goes out the window, because I know those people are out there and they're waiting for me. You have a circle of influence specific to you. You have certain connections, you have certain relationships. Those people are counting on you to step out of your comfort zone, step out of your fear, and reach out to them. So if you can keep your heart centered on that, and think about that, and then write your chicken list, and then write like, okay, I'm going to do this because tomorrow's not guaranteed. And this is a platform and this is an opportunity. It's going to be hard because anything worth being great is going to challenge you. Just like in the gym, we have to break down our muscle fibers for them to grow stronger. This is no different. It's not going to be easy. You're going to feel scared. You're going to feel unqualified and inadequate. So I'm telling you that now so you don't think you're alone in that, and lean into that and talk to your coach about it. And then think, who else in my team, in my bigger organization, in my upline and sidelines or whatever, who else can I link arms with and say, hey, I'm really scared. Let's invite 20 people to coaching in the next week. Are you with me? Let's keep each other accountable. Because if you're struggling with it, someone else is struggling with it. It's not about you. It's about how can you help somebody else, and together you guys can support each other. Don't be alone. Don't choose to isolate yourself and be alone in this. Anyone can do this, but very few will choose to step up to the plate. If any other human being has been able to be successful in this business, you can be successful in this business. But you have to believe that you're going to, and you have to be the one to take the steps. So use that to invite people to coaching and say, hey, they did it. We have the same 24 hours in the day, the same hard stuff. This is why I love doing this with Melissa and Abby, because we're all moms and we all have challenging life circumstances. And we all make it work, and we all learn to pivot, and we all lean into each other. So that's really all I would say to you guys is you have endless potential, but you are going to be the one to stop you, and you are going to be the one to make it happen.
I'm just going to close this out because I do have to jump off. We have another call that you guys are all invited to. It's going to be ran by some of the other top leaders in the company. It's around Enneagram. If you don't know that, I would hurry and go do that. But just remember that we are in the business of inviting people. And if we're not willing to stretch ourselves and grow, then maybe this isn't the business for you. Lord knows we hope it is, because we have been blessed by it so freaking much. But you have to be willing to transform and put yourself out there and find those people who want to do this with you, because this is very simple. One of the super quick tip I'm just going to share with you guys, in my notes section of my phone, anytime I'm thinking of an invite, I'll just voice record it and then save it. And I have dozens upon dozens of those so that I can go back later and do it. So like if I'm inviting for my stories or if I'm inviting to a sneak peek, all I have to do is just go tweak it, change it, and I have an invite. Don't overcomplicate it. Maybe that's another takeaway tonight. It's just, get yourself 3 solid invites, one around coaching, and don't make them this long. Please shorten them up. People don't, if they want additional info, send them one of the videos. Like if they're like, cool, what's it about? Send a video. That's a great resource. So we hope that this is helpful to you guys. I would set a non-negotiable every single day. This is how many invites I'm going to do, whether that be 3 or that's 10 or that's 50 or like whatever your goals are, make sure it matches that. It's not that scary. You've been being told no since the day that you could pull yourself up onto things and grab stuff. Your parents have been telling you no. I promise you, it's not going to be that hard. So does anyone have any questions?
Does anyone want to ask questions or unmute yourself and talk through anything? Melissa, if you need to jump off too, I can answer.
And we can, like, it doesn't have to be solely around this. Like, if there's social media stuff or conversations you need help with, like anything that you guys are like, help, or I don't understand or anything like that.
That's what we're here for. Or is everyone just crushing it? And if so, that's fantastic. I'm super proud of you.
It's the beginning of the month, or kind of almost midway through. So obviously, guys, like Success Club, that's the priority number one. I want to challenge you guys to hit it. What is today, the 11th? I want to challenge you guys by the time we have our call next week to have Success Club locked in. Because why that's important and why I really prioritize it is if you can hit it in the first half of the month, it really helps you from feeling like you're on this stressful hamster wheel of like, every event, like it helps that. And then what it allows you to do is once you have those people locked in, you feel free to suddenly start talking about coaching a little bit more, or do like investing more in your relationships and your challenge groups. It doesn't mean you take your foot off the gas in terms of what you're doing every day, but it just kind of takes some of that pressure off of you, where now you feel like you have capacity to do a little bit more. And so that's one of the reasons that I always try to prioritize it at the front half of the month, because it's that important to my business. And full transparency, I'm sitting at SC2. I'm not at Success Club yet, but I will lock it in, and I will be at Success Club before we talk next week. That's my plan. So it's just a mindset piece where I'm like, I know I do this. This is why it's important to me. And then here's where I go with my business. And if you guys need questions or have questions or run into conversations you need help with, or are struggling with what to post, you know to reach out to your team and your coaches, because that's why we're here.
Absolutely. Awesome, you guys. Well, thank you so much for jumping on. We hope this was helpful. Have a great night. Go change some lives.
See you next week.
Bye.